Hello everyone, this is the second part of Standard Thirds English 9 chapters, The Lost Camel. Okay, scene number 2. The man takes them to the Raja. The Raja is sitting on his throne, talking with his courtiers. Raja says, "Look at the man. What brings you here?" Man said, "Oh Raja, these four men have stolen my camel. Please order them to return it." Second merchant says, "Your Highness, we have not stolen the animal. In fact, we have not even seen the animal. So how can we steal it? So as we seen in the first part that there are four merchants, those who are on the road discussing something. During that time, the man has came and he was asking of his lost camel to the four merchants. Then the merchants have seen the footprints on the road. On the basis of that footprints, one by one, merchants were informing about the camel. Then men feel that the four merchants have stolen his camel, so that is why he said that give my camel back, otherwise I will go to the king's court. So the merchants have told that we have not stolen your animal. If you want to go, then go with Raja. We haven't stolen your camel. So in the second part, we come to know that that man has came with Raja, and man complained to the Raja that these four men have stolen my camel. Please order them to return it. Now second merchant told to the king that your highness, we haven't stolen his animal or the animal. In fact, we have not seen the animal, so how can we steal it? Raja said, "How do you know that they have stolen your animal?" Man said, "Oh Raja, they have described my animal, my camel, exactly. If they have not seen it, how can they do so?" Then Raja said, looking at the merchants, "If you have stolen the animal, I order you to return it." Third merchant said, "Oh Lord, if we had the animal, we would return it, but we do. We do not have the animal. We are honest men, not thieves." Raja says, "Then how do you know so much about the animal?" Third merchant says, "Believe us, Raja, we have not seen the animal. We only learnt about the animal from his footprints." Raja said in angrily, "How can that be? Now answer orally. Think and answer the Raja's question." Then in this part we have seen that Raja said that how do you know that the animal, they have stolen the animal of your animal, to the man. Then man said that they have described my camel exactly. If they haven't seen it, how can they do so? Then Raja said that if you have stolen your animal, stolen the animal, please return it. I order you to return it. Then third merchant said to the Raja that, oh Lord, if we have animal, then we would return it. But we do not have animal. We are honest man, not thieves. Raja said, then how do you know so much about the animal? Then third merchant said that, believe us Raja, we haven't seen the animal, we only learnt about the animal from his footprints. It's a footprints. Now Raja said in anger that, how can they be? Then let's check out further. The first merchant said, you see, my lord, I notice footprints of an animal on the muddy path. I observed that one footprint was lighter than the rest. I knew that the camel had one weak leg. Now, the first merchant said to Raja, described to Raja that I have observed the footprint in the muddy path of the camel. Then I observed that one footprint was lighter than the rest. So I come to know that the camel had one leg weak. Now the second merchant says, I observed that the leaves of trees on the left side of the road were eaten. Those on the right were untouched. Thus, I knew he couldn't see with his right eye. Now, the second merchant told to Raja that I observed that the leaves of the trees on the left side of the road were eaten. Those on the right were untouched. Thus, he knew that it couldn't see with its right eye. Now, third merchant said to Raja that I saw drops of blood. I saw drops of blood on the road from small insect bites. So I knew that his tail was too short to chase any insect. So now third merchant said that I saw drops of blood. I saw drops of bloods on the road from small insect bites. So he knew that its tail was too short to chase away insects. Now fourth merchant said to Raja that I saw that while his front feet were planted firmly on the ground, the hind feet had hardly touched it. Thus I guessed that they were contracted by pain in the camel's body. So fourth merchant said that I saw that while his front feet were planted firmly on the ground, then the hind feet had hardly untouched. Thus he guessed that they were contracted by pain in the camel's body. Now Raja says, very impressed Raja said, these merchants are very wise. They have observed things around them and drawn conclusions. They are honest too. I am very happy. I am happy that I have such wise men in my kingdom. As for you, look at the man. I warn you to be careful next time. I order you to go and look for your camel. and you, I can, I make you my ministers. With your help, with your help, I'm going to rule the kingdom. So our Raja said, our Raja, after listening to four merchants, our Raja was very impressed by the four merchants. Why? Because they have observed around them whatever has happened around them, they have observed. So finally, Raja ordered to the man that you just be careful and you just look for your animal or camel. And I am very impressed with the four merchants, those who have observed the things very closely around them. So I am going to make, I am going to make the ministers to the merchant, and because of them, because of their help, I am going to rule the kingdom. So dear students, here we have completed our chapter. In the next video we are going to check out the exercise. Thank you.